Hello everyone. Welcome back to the second lecture part of simplification of context-free grammar. As I have already explained to you, what is the concept behind reducing a context-free grammar, where we have learned about removing of useless production rules. Now we will, and also we have cross-verified two topics where one is your reduction of CFG, where we have learned two phases, and number two is your reducing of or removal of unit productions with an example we have seen. Now, as this is an extended part of part number 6, now we will be dealing with the topic named as removal of null productions. Okay. So I have already mentioned over here the procedure for removal, and that I won't be dictating and boring you. Okay. So in the main funda or the main concept behind this removal of null production is that we have to identify from the productions whichever is having epsilon transition, that is null productions. Okay. If you find any kind of productions which is having epsilon transition, we have to eliminate or we have to remove that part. That is our mission. Okay. So this is about the definition. Now let us take an example and we will check how to remove this particular scenario. Okay. Okay, now this example is already with you. Now we will check one after another. First part I have written for you, and second part I will let you know how to work. Now what is this first part and second part I will let you know with this example. Okay. Now the productions are given to you. As you can check it out, what is your aim? You have to find out whichever is having null productions, that is epsilon transitions. Okay. S tends to A, B, A, C. This is not having any null production. Then no need to check. A tends to small letter A. This is also not. But yes, this is having a null production. Okay, so I have written over here A tends to epsilon. I have to eliminate this. Then B tends to small letter B. This is not having any null production. But yes, for another one, we are having the null production. So I have written B tends to epsilon. So our sole aim is to eliminate this production and this one. Okay. So first one, I have to eliminate A tends to epsilon. Now I have taken the first production. S tends to A, B, A, C. Okay. Now if I will be finding out the different probability types. Okay. Probability types means different types of like if I eliminate A tends to epsilon in this particular scenario, first for this one, what will be the string? First, then next for this one, and then if I eliminate both the strings, then what will be the answer? Okay. So for the first one, I have eliminated only this A. So I got A, B, C by epsilon, correct? Epsilon means null. Then I have eliminated this A and I got this particular production, B, A, C. Then I started eliminating both the things, then I got B, C. So these are the maximum probabilistic like productions that I can get after eliminating A tends to epsilon, correct? So S is done. Now moving to the second production, A tends to A. You can check it out the question. A was given. Now if I remove, there is only one case, right? So if I remove this A by epsilon, then I will get only single A. Is there any probabilistic? No. Now this is done. Now next production is B tends to small letter BB. Is there any capital letter A? So this production will remain as it is. So capital letter C tends to small letter C. Is there any kind of capital letter A? No. So this will also remain as it is. Leave as it is. Therefore, the final production that you got is that S tends to, you cannot remove that particular one. You cannot directly write this. You have to also include this in the productions, okay? So AB, AC, then ABC, then BAC, BC. So this is for S. A will come first, and then if I remove A by A, then A. So capital letter B, this will remain as it is. Capital letter C will remain as it is. Now, this is for A tends to epsilon, right? Still, B tends to epsilon is remaining, right? Now, in step number 2, I have to do the same process for B tends to epsilon. And finally, I have to merge both the steps. Clear? So now, I will do for B tends to epsilon. Okay. Now, first production is S tends to AB, AC. Clear? Now, if I remove this B, then what will be the production? I'm writing directly. then it will be like AAC. Is there any probabilistic way or possible cases I can find out? No, this is the only case. Therefore, S will be having a production A, B, AC and AAC. Clear? Similarly, A tends to small letter A, and here I cannot write this production. Remember, this is for the first question that I have given, that have been given. Okay, then the final one you have to merge both. So A and epsilon will remain as it is, because now in this case we are concentrating only B tends to epsilon. Clear? Now next, B tends to small letter B. B is the production. So if I remove B by epsilon, then what will be the answer? B. Clear? And finally we are having with C tends to small letter C. Therefore, this is the probabilistic the productions that I have got for step number 2. Clear? And this is for step number 1. Now finally, I have to merge these two things by keeping in mind that I have to eliminate B tends to epsilon and A tends to epsilon. How? Let me check. Therefore, the final productions will be S tends to ABAC is the given one. Now, if I talk about A tends to epsilon, what will be the conditions? ABC, BAC, and BC. Now, if I talk about only B, I don't need to check these things, okay? Keep in mind, only this one. If I remove B, then what will be the production left out? AAC. So, this is the possible cases after combination of both these things. Okay? You can also directly combine this. Common one will be repeated only once, okay? Now, A tends to small letter AA. Now, if I remove epsilon, then what will be the answer? A. Epsilon I no need to write over here, okay? Because this is my aim. Now, next B. B tends to BB. And what will be the other one? Okay, small letter B. And finally, C tends to, this is the only one production which is having nothing. Correct? So, this is your final productions after removal of null productions. Okay? Also, you can write it down as a grammar, like G having a set of non-terminals, set of terminals, then production, then start symbol. That depends on you, okay, if the question arises. So, guys, we have learned about the removal of null production, but always keep in mind that while eliminating A tends to epsilon, only you have to concentrate on A part, B will remain as it is. Then in B tends to epsilon, you have to concentrate on the B part, A will remain as it is. But when we combine these, A tends to epsilon should not be written over here, because that is our sole aim, to remove the A tends to epsilon transitions. Okay guys, thank you for watching this video where we have learned about the removal of null productions. And if you check it out with lecture number, like lecture series of all these automata, and part number 6, you can also find out the entire simplification of context-free grammar. Now, in the next video lecture, I will explain to you 2 topics, that is your Chomsky normal form and Grayback normal form. Okay, thank you.